too many. They captured my entire squad. Please, you have to send someone. I don't know how long that door will hold. Oh God, no! No!
Before I even get this video started, thank you, like, Jesus Christ, the amount of new subs we've gotten on this channel in the span of, I want to say maybe like 3 to 4 days! The most unexpected ever on this channel! Again, thank you to any new sub, and again, thank you to all my returning subs. You guys are keeping the channel alive. Thank you guys for keeping me on my toes, helping me basically want to keep making this content for you guys, and yeah, now, let's get right into this video. Where do I even begin? With the movie landscape, specifically the horror genre going into a more experimental route recently in 2022, now heading into 2023, there are a few films that I'm excited for and I can't wait to see. These films in question will either speak volumes as the creative minds behind them deserve the recognition and the love for the hard work and creativity they've put into their content, as well as seem ambitious but could be a blow to many fans alike. As always, I'm your friendly neighborhood host, ThatGuyFranky.
That's right.
Yours truly, and today we discuss what horror films to be on the lookout for, and you know, how about we try not to get lost in this liminal area or not read something very catastrophic. Ah, fuck. I had intended to originally add one extra movie in this list, but that movie already came out, and I've already discussed it to death, that being Evil Dead Rise, and there was supposed to be another movie aside from that one, also that being the FNAF movie, but I'm not really a big fan aside from the memes, and I'm not, I just remember the first game, that's all I remember, so I don't want to do a disservice, but I'll still watch it just for my boy, Shaggy Rogers, Matthew Lillard, the man that makes me question my sexual identity aside from the likes of Bruce Campbell, Ryan Reynolds, and Dead Meat himself, James A. Giddings. Yes, I just done said it. Stop! Alright, now, let's get back into this. The main films I want to give the spotlight on are being made by some of YouTube's most creative minds out there. These content creators go by the names of RackaRacka, the Filippo brothers, both Danny and Michael, and the man who single-handedly popularized one of today's biggest internet sci-fi horror legends out there, the Backrooms. Let's start off first by saying holy crap and congratulations to everybody involved, as these guys are finally getting the opportunity that they deserve. Especially the likes of RackaRacka, since they've been here since the dawn of YouTube from what I remember. Do you guys remember the whole Adpocalypse time? These guys were there right before, making some funny, edgy stuff from the likes of Ronald Hates Burger King, Ronald McDonald Playground Slaughter, the Power Rangers versus the Cookie Monster that kept getting taken down only to get re-uploaded many times, and again, Marvel vs. DC, yeah, the list goes on and on. These guys, oh my god, they have a love for prosthetics, practical effects, and they always try to make their videos look as real as they can be. And granted, some people are gonna be like, oh my, the stuff here looks kind of fake, Frankie, the stuff here looks kind of
Shut up, bitch!
Shut your ass up! These prosthetics, you know, practical effects take some time, and granted, you know, they can look kind of cheap, but hey, these guys are actually putting in the work to actually make their videos quality content. Here, let me re-say that. Quality! Now let me turn it down a notch. Quality content. But yeah, the Filippo brothers, RackaRacka, they started out by either making edgy content, and they would find various ways to go viral. And when YouTube had yet another adpocalypse type thing back in 2016, 2018, a lot of content creators were basically on the brink or on the edge, as many channels were either getting demonetized left and right, and RackaRacka was no stranger to it. They would get constant strikes, violations, and they would have to appeal so many times and have to find new and different ways to get the content they wanted out there, creating the likes of House of Rocka as well as their second YouTube channel, Left on Red. But even then, they would still find ways to incorporate themselves, incorporate their creative side into their channel with the analog horror of Ash Vlogs, the found footage style that most of us knew was pretty much fake, but when you go into it hindsight, not really thinking a lot, they managed to make something very found footage almost feel real for people that go in unsuspecting of it. Upon watching these clips, these videos, one can admire the extra mile the Filippo brothers went into making this horror series, and granted, they did their best to try and make their content very, very elusive in order to get many of us fans invested into this content. But a lot of that illusion went away once they started plugging the sponsors and merch, but even then, these videos were something quite different than their usual content. But where does RackaRacka go from here? The Filippo brothers, however, were no stranger to coming up with wild and crazy ideas, so at some point, we would have to question whether or not these two wild and crazy twins would have the massive attention they have now, especially after coming up with Talk to Me. These two in previous videos have shown a lot of their home movie footage as well as home videos where they'd wrestle the likes of each other or even create weird storylines for other films that they had when they were younger, but now the Filippo brothers have their own movie. RackaRacka are on their way to this new path of success thanks to being picked up by the likes of A24, and I'm going to talk about them again later when I bring up the Backrooms, but the fact that they got picked up when they made Talk to Me, it's just insane. Not only did they manage to make it to the Sundance Film Festival, but this is the exact place where they got noticed by A24. There was a bidding war for them, and I'm gonna pretty much say this is basically the bidding war of 2024. This is how the bidding war of MJF 2024 is gonna be like, because they had many studios left and right trying to get them, from the likes of Blumhouse, and I constantly dog on them, but I'm very glad that Blumhouse did not get these guys, just because I don't want no Blumhouse type of shenanigans in a RackaRacka movie. But what's the movie gonna be about, Frankie? What's Talk to Me gonna be about, you know? Alright, so let's give a brief synopsis of what the story and the plot's gonna be like.
And now our feature presentation.
Talk to Me is about a group of friends discovering how to conjure up evil spirits. They conjure up these evil spirits thanks to an embalmed hand. However, this is where the trouble begins to brew, as one of the friends has a thirst for it, and it unleashes a terror like no other. Talk to Me has a rating of 7.5 on IMDb. It's set to release around 2,000 screens all across the US, and regardless of how this movie does, this is the next big step for the Filippo brothers, and I can't wait to see their next big projects. And someone please just smack me around, because I never thought I'd make another Backrooms video. I didn't want to milk the shit out of it like most other content creators out there. Not like my buddy Orange Man, of course, because that man makes marvelous Backrooms content, which you guys should go shamelessly look out over there, because I'm shamelessly plugging his channel without his knowledge to it. So please go check out Orange Man. Link right here. Go check him out.
I woke up in a new unit.
Anywho though, let's talk about Kane Parsons.
How am I even here? How is any of this real
or even possible. Kane Parsons took the world, or more specifically, the internet by storm during his short Backrooms film. What started off as a regular found footage missing persons horror film would become a series, and what's also fascinating about his found footage horror film, it's like no other found footage horror film out there. It was very creative, and it made you feel uneasy in some ways thanks to the liminal space, the liminal rooms involved. In his ongoing series, we would see countless videos expanding or making lore with groups such as the A.R.G. Corporation. They'd try to figure out how exactly our world was connected to this phenomena.
What is that?
That is not a fucking person!
What? Go and talk to me. What do you see? What's going on?
This other barrier out there. With countless tests after tests to each video adding new and different elements, it was something worth waiting and worth watching.
What's going on?
We are watching you. We are watching your every move. We are watching you.
Kane Parsons walked, so we would get countless channels out there trying to expand and trying to make new and exciting elements for this analog horror series. Just like the RackaRacka brothers, A24 picked up Kane Parsons' film. A24 are always about taking risks. High risk, high reward, and we've seen their risks with films such as Men, X, Pearl, Good Time, to the likes of even Uncut Gems. Hell, these guys are also set to reboot Friday the 13th and make it a series based off the first film, but this is what I mean. While they may not be loved by everyone, since I can kinda see them as the home of artsy-fartsy film cinema snobs that are basically, this is not the Criterion Collection, this is not Kino Frankie, I don't really care. A24, high risk, high reward, chef's kiss. With the acquisition of Kane Parsons' Backrooms, anything is possible. Kane is set to direct his first ever feature-length film, giving him creative control as well as getting help from the likes of James Wan, Michael Clear, Sean Levy, Dan Levine, producing, whereas Robert Patino is going to be writing the screenplay. With the Backrooms being this analog horror or just this weird sci-fi horror that we never get a full explanation on, there's no telling what we can expect. Kane and his production team can either set the film almost like a remake to his first Backrooms video and expand onto it, or make it more like a found footage horror movie, something that I want because found footage is really, really underrated and there hasn't been a good found footage movie in years. We need another one! As of now, however, only time will tell, and I'm hoping that they give the details soon because I'm really interested to know exactly what the plot's gonna be about. But now, why did I make this video on these films other than being excited for? These films have the potential to change the YouTube landscape as a whole. We've seen juggernauts of the past try and fail, like the likes of Logan Paul.
Now these are for your eyes only.
Yeah, don't worry, babe. It's just me.
A YouTuber who I won't mention, but in my opinion looks exactly like Rumpelstiltskin from Shrek Forever After, as well as the likes of Smosh, who I unironically loved the Smosh movie, but no, it's not the best thing out there.
Shut up!
And don't forget the Fred movies. Well, the first one's kind of memorable and nostalgic to this day for me. You know, it's got that little charm for it. But that's about it when it comes to YouTubers making movies or just doing something big on the grand scheme of things. Am I saying that the Filippo brothers and Kane are going to be the next Wes Cravens, Sam Raimi, Spielbergs?
No!
But they'll definitely be the next Filippo brothers, the next Kane Parsons, themselves, the ones that took a chance, the ones that took a risk, and it paid off. They are making it to bigger and better things, and whether it's a dud, hey, guess what? They tried. And that's all that matters, because guess what? They made it. I've followed these guys for quite some time, and their content is not just creative, but fun and in ways groundbreaking for the YouTube scene, because these guys basically understood what the whole YouTube thing was about, making things for themselves and having fun with it. I wish all three the best of luck, and I can't wait to watch both of their films when they eventually come out. And as always guys, it's been your friendly neighborhood host, ThatGuyFranky, yours truly, signing off, and remember, stay groovy or else you're gonna get stuck in the back rooms like my fat ass is.
We are always watching you.
We are always watching you. We are always watching